What's up, guys? Jeff here with Grit City Fitness and Performance, and today we're talking about conquering without conflict. Now, when you start like a fitness plan, a nutrition plan, all this stuff, right? We want to see a result, and a result will happen. However, it has to overcome conflict. So everything we do has some sort of conflict that we have to overcome. Otherwise, if we did not overcome that conflict, we did not conquer it. And in the sense of us actually achieving our goals, our conquering comes when we get to then acknowledge our success. When we then get to tell our friends, yeah, I overcame this struggle. I achieved this goal. I put in the work and the effort, right? Because no one ever goes and brags about the effort that they didn't put in and how simple it was, right? No one ever goes and says, yeah, I got the six-pack by doing 6 crunches. No. People say, I got this six-pack because I went on a diet for 12 weeks. I dedicated myself. I overcame the conflicts that I had inside my brain, inside the gym, inside my nutrition, and inside all these other things that I had to overcome, right? So, when you go in and you acknowledge that you have to have a conflict for you to successfully conquer and achieve your goal, then you can now realize that you do have to put in the work and actually go and fight in a sense, right? So if we look at the definition of conquer, to conquer means to overcome an obstacle or to climb a mountain, right? So that's the definitions. There is also one, conquer being that using in a military term, but we're not going to use that. So in the sense of conquering, it means to overcome an obstacle or to climb a mountain. And then with conflict, it means anything that we have to actually push through that gives us a little bit of a struggle. So without conflict, we can never conquer. Otherwise, it's just simple, right? So when we go through our daily activities and things become hard, remember, the reason that they're hard is because we need conflict in our lives, so that way we can overcome and conflict or overcome and conquer to see our end outcomes. So when things become hard with your nutrition, when things become hard with your training, when things become hard inside your head and your mind and your brain is telling you no, remember those things are just obstacles. And they're there because that is conflict that we must overcome, so that way we can successfully conquer it, right? So when we conquer it, we can then acknowledge it. And when we get to acknowledge it, that's when we get to go tell our friends and feel accomplished and feel rewarded and feel successful. Because we do not feel successful if we hadn't had to put in the work. So just remember, when things become hard, there is no conquering without conflict. And with conflict, you then can conquer. And when you conquer, you are successful. And when you are successful, you are rewarded by your outcomes. And when you're rewarded by your outcomes, you are successful and you are happy, right? So anytime you have a struggle, remember, there is no conquering without conflict. So the more things that you have to overcome, the closer you are to overcoming them and conquering them and seeing and reaping the reward you desire. That's it, guys. Conquer without conflict.